Now, Cockney, I've told you before, you need to start being a team player. If not, I'm gonna have to take that crossbow and your badge. You pull it down, but that arrow shoots into you. It cuts part of the cable as you suddenly start plummeting to the ground. As he pulls a body from this big bank of all sorts of corpses and cut up and mangled flesh, as he puts it onto a cadaver board and shoves it into the furnace as the skin begins to boil and melt and then burn and cinder. Some people call me the ghoul within these halls, others the fire maker.
I unsling my shotgun and shoot him.
He knocks the bullet out of the way with his hand. His hand explodes.
Ooh.
It's good to feel again. But he shoots out his stump as a piece of jagged bone turns into a knife. Not gonna be that easy, friend. Please, I'll give you one more try.
Welcome, traveler, to City of Town, an improvised D&D adventure. I'm Michael.
And I'm Casey. Now, Michael, what exactly is an improvised D&D adventure?
Casey, I'm so glad that you asked, because an improvised Dungeons & Dragons adventure is the adventure that Casey and I are going to go on the spot. No prep work, no character sheets, just infinite amounts of dragon slaying and infinite amounts of D&D improv fun.
That's right. Now, every adventure is around 60 minutes, and you do not have to have seen every other episode that came before, because every adventure is completely standalone.
And just like you don't have to have seen all those past adventures, you also do not have to have read the Dungeons & Dragons rulebooks, because we loosely base everything off D&D 5e, but we never stress about following the rules. We never go and check the player's handbook for how the rules for flanking work, or the Dungeon Master's Guide to get some information about the Sword Coast. We make up spells, we make up feats, we butcher the backstories of species and characters, because we're just about having fun and playing some D&D and some improv times.
That's right. Now, we use 2 dice over here at City of Town. We use the D20 for all attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks. We use the D6 for everything else we come up with along the way.
Sorry, that was intense. I really need to cough.
1d6 for damage. Michael took 2 coughing damage.
Oh!
You'll know when you see it. You'll see it when you know it.
Oh, we're just leaving that in. Okay, here we go. Every good Dungeons & Dragons adventure needs a DM and a player. This week, our Dungeon Master will be none other than Casey!
Woo! That's right, folks. Coming all the way from the uppity top down to the downity low.
Uppity top?
And the downity low.
Oh.
Now, Michael here is going to be our player.
And trust me when I say, I'm ready to play.
Dang right. Now, Michael, are you ready to go on an epic adventure?
I just said I'm ready to play.
Well then, our adventure begins, as all great adventures do, with you cocking your crossbow. Ready.
It's a shotgun crossbow.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
actually got 6 different bolts in the front of it that are ready to go and just go scatter shot when I click the trigger.
Ready as you and 6 of your specialty team unit are ready to storm into this building, taking down all the baddies within it. As your chief looks at you and says, "Now, Cockney," that's your name, Cockney.
Cockney? Yep, Cockney.
Now, Cockney, I've told you before, you need to start being a team player. If not, I'm gonna have to take that crossbow and your badge. But, damn it if you're not the best shot this side of the precinct.
I cock my crossbow gun. Don't worry, sir. You can count on me.
All right. Well, the plan is that you're going to have to go in there by yourself. Your 5 others are going to be waiting for your signal. Once they get your signal, they're going to break in through all the windows, and they're going to help you take out this damn dirty mobster, who is none other than a...
What species is they gonna be? Tiefling!
is none other than that damn dirty rascal, Terry the Tiefling.
Terry the Tiefling?
That's right, we finally got him.
Son of a targ.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Definitely
We've got it.
just threw a Star Trek animal into D&D, but that's okay.
Look, man, as long as it goes over the DM's head, we don't know what you said. That's right. We have secret intel that Terry's in there. Actually in there this time. Which means we can finally bring him to justice for all of those terrible deeds he's done within this blood war.
Those terrible Terry Tiefling deeds he's done.
Well,
Sarge.
Good hunting.
Let me just take this moment, Sarge, to compliment you on such an incredible plan and pep talk. You know, explaining to me that I need to be part of the team, then explaining that I need to go in alone.
That's right.
And then the twist being that the team actually will come back at the end to help me. You're a goddamn story arc genius.
All right, I don't need you puffing up my ass. If you're ready, get on in there.
And I just throw myself through the window of this building immediately. Just full on, just...
And immediately you jump in as suddenly, crossbolt fire just pelts in all around you. As they're just... as you see that there's 15 guards all around, all shooting at you, as suddenly a few of them explode. Some of these have explosives on the crossbolts. As I'm going to need you to make an acrobatics check to see whether you can duck into cover in time.
Dang. Ooh, that's a 7 plus 3, 10.
Ooh, with a 10?
No, actually, plus 7, so 14.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, with a 14, you're only going to take half damage. You're able to avoid most of them, but one of the crossbolts does hit just near you as you say your classic catchphrase.
I'm just here for a good time, boys.
As you get blown away, taking 1 point of damage.
Ooh, 1 point of damage, okay.
You get thrown against a wall and come with... ducking your back against a barrier as you are now able to take fire.
All right. I'm going to pop up out of cover. I'm going to use multi-attack because I've got 3 attacks. So First, I'm going to pop up out of cover and shoot one of the guys who's up top, who's like sniping down on me.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll the hit.
That is a 10 plus 6, 16.
All right, with a 16, you shoot, and the crossbow blasts through their head as just a big, gnarly squeal of blood shoots out as the person goes, "Yeah!" giving a Wilhelm scream as they fall to the ground dead.
And while they're falling, I'm going to leap over the barrier that I'm behind.
Yep.
Rush towards the closest guy, grab him, and use my ability, which is called Human Shield, to grab him and pull him in front of me and another guy so that he gets shot by the other guy?
Absolutely. As another person, a little scared, as he shoots out at you and it pelts the person in the back, you hear their spine snap. As you I
feel little pokes as the bolts go through them and just barely poke into me without hurting me.
Yeah, as it is, you have one final attack.
I toss his corpse to the side, and I'm going to pull out a smoke bomb and just push it into the center of the room and let it go off so the room fills with smoke, and I'm going to stealth away.
You throw this smoke bomb as it explodes. All of the gunmen, "Where is he? Come on, anybody got an eye on him? Somebody find him!" As the smoke clears away and you are disappeared. Go ahead and roll a stealth check for me to see whether their passive perception is able to detect you.
Ooh, that's a 19. Plus 5 is 24.
With a 19, you disappear as suddenly you appear behind one of them. I'm going to give you an attack with advantage, and you're able to stealth do this one, so you will keep your stealth within score in mind.
That's a 17.
You slash...
Oh, that's with advantage. That was a 17, because I definitely don't want to take that nat 1.
You take one of your crossbows out, stab him in the neck. He can't quite get out a scream as he gargles and dies on his own blood as you are still hidden. As you hear, "Come on, everybody, Terry is not going to be happy with this," as they start to patrol the area looking for you.
I'm going to grab this poor fella that I just murdered, and I'm going to drag him into the darkness.
blood is left behind as you pull him away, disappearing into the darkness. What are you going to do?
I walk back out of the darkness wearing his uniform.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and do you have disguise self?
No. I do not have that as a...
Okay, then I'm going to have you roll
I'm just a straight fighter.
Yeah, I'm going to have you just do a performance check to make sure, see how you do.
That's a 15.
With a 15, you walk out. Are you saying anything to the other people, or what are you trying to do?
No, I just want to act like... I'm going to act like another harried guard, like worried about what's going on, looking around for this intruder, and I'm going to head towards the main staircase. Like I'm like going to go secure it.
All right, let's see. As one of the people stops you on the shoulder and says, "Where are you going?"
I'm going to go secure the main staircase. Make sure this motherfucker doesn't make a run for Terry.
Good call. All right, Godspeed. And remember, blood to blood, we all die, or we all live together.
Together.
All right, you're going to head up that staircase.
And as I walk away, I go, fucking losers, relying on other people. And I go up the staircase.
You walk up that staircase, and you notice that this whole decor of this place is just, it's like the person went for all blood in their aesthetic. So it's like the railing is like this drenched blood red, like a wine almost color, as little trails of blood drip down it. And all of the guards have these red coats on. As you start to make your way up the staircase.
As soon as I get out of earshot of the guys downstairs, I want to do something.
Okay.
So as soon as I'm out of their earshot, I reach into my pocket and I pull out, it looks like a like horn that you would like blow like to like get people's attention.
Yeah.
But it's actually been enchanted to basically just be a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
And I take it out and I start talking into it and I go, "Sarge, I've drawn first blood. I'm inside."
Damn, good job. I'm impressed. That was faster than even I had anticipated.
Yeah, you know what I always say. I work well alone.
That's true, but today, I'm telling you, you're gonna need every bit of help you can.
I don't know, Sarge. I'm in here and I'm feeling pretty good so far.
Damn it, listen to me. I've got people on the perimeter of the roofs. They're ready to hop in through those windows the second you give that cue. So the second you find Terry, you better help it. You better make that call and get that help in there.
Look, you keep your boys back till I make that cue, and I'll make that cue if I want to.
What was that?
I'm yours. What?
I can't hear you. What'd you say?
I'm saying that I might...
As it all of a sudden goes away, as you hear a voice come through all of the building, as you hear somebody say, "Attention! It seems as though we have an uninvited guest within our ranks. Luckily, I have the worst of the worst within our halls. So whoever finds and kills Cockney will receive the benefits of Terry. Find and kill this mouse."
Benefit? Who's he calling a mouse?
As suddenly the lights disappear on you. What species are you?
I'm a variant human.
All right, you do not have dark vision. As suddenly you are drenched in darkness. As I'm going to need you to roll a perception check.
Can I do something to aid my perception check?
Well, yeah. I mean, what are you doing?
I'm gonna reach into my back pocket, pull out a stick, crack it, and it glows purple and fills 30 feet around me with a dim purple light.
Ooh, okay. You don't even need a perception check. As suddenly you lighting up your area, you see shadows all along, all the railings up to the very top. As you see a sickening smile, a shimmer of light off of it, as you hear, as suddenly darkness grows in on you, as arrows and arrows fall upon you. I'm going to give you 1 moment for a reaction. What are you going to do?
I throw myself off the staircase.
You throw yourself off of the staircase, falling towards the ground, these arrows falling after you. Are you doing anything as you fall?
I will pull from the back of my suit that I wear. I'm wearing all of this disguise over the top of my armor.
Yeah.
I reach onto the back of my suit and I pull a arrow-proof blanket out that I can just pull up and over my head and shoulders to protect my most vital organs.
As you crash to the ground, I am going to give you a little bit of fall damage, 2d6. Oh wow, that's 11 points of damage.
Ooh, okay, I'm down to 18 health.
As you crater into the ground, but you feel all of these arrows pelting off of you. As stillness falls over the air, and you hear somebody say, well, he wasn't that big of a trouble. Wow, Terry really oversold this guy.
I use my favorite feat, which is find a vent. I'm going to find, which allows me to find the nearest air vent and get into it.
You see a vent actually just sitting just in front of you, a little bit of air blowing out of it.
Army crawl.
You are able to remove it and get inside of the vent. As you move into the vent. You move into the vent. Where are you trying to move to now?
The goal is always to Terry.
Okay.
So I'm just taking a different approach. The stairway was a trap. I wasn't able to get past them. That's unrealistic. But the vents, I can use a different tactic, and I can move upwards, up through the building using the vents and the elevator shafts and things like that.
All right. So what I'm going to do is that every once in a while, I will roll a d6 to see whether or not somebody notices you as you were trying to make your way towards Terry. If every time, yes.
You know what I will do? I think that...
Can I finish explaining my rules?
Yeah, but I was going to... but it might affect your roll. But go for it.
No. Go ahead. If you think that the player is so important that you can interrupt and then change my rules.
I just want to make sure you knew that I think that I actually want to change my main objective from going to Terry to instead being to find the source of the interference that's stopping my radio from working. Because I am concerned that I might need at least a little bit of help.
Okay. It changes absolutely nothing about my rules. So I'll continue if that's okay.
I could give you a little bit more detail.
Nope. I don't care.
You don't care?
Nope.
Oh, so what the player does doesn't affect your world?
No. My world is standalone.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm writing this down for your performance review.
Oh, okay. Please do. All right. Every once in a while, I will roll a d6. If it's a 2 or lower, then something may happen. And for every time that I roll it and something doesn't happen, I will roll an additional d6 the next time.
Cool.
All right. So as you are crawling through these vents, a sword stabs up into the vent.
They found me immediately. Damn it.
As you need to start making booking it
Nope.
to get out. Okay. What
Sword comes in through the vent. Does it come back out?
Yeah, it comes back out.
Immediately, as soon as it comes out, I grab onto the slit that it created, and I wrench the grate apart, and I want to jump down and fuck up whoever's trying to stab me.
Okay.
So I just rip this air vent open.
You rip the air vent open. The person is absolutely not anticipating this, as I will give you a surprise on this one. So go ahead and roll to attack.
I just jump down, combat boots first, straight to the face. Ooh, that's a 19. That's a 19. Plus 7.
All right, with a 19, you were able to get the jump on this person. Go ahead and roll to attack.
Oh, this is
Sorry,
just attack.
damage. You're rolling damage.
Rolling damage. Okay.
You already attacked.
I was confused. I was like, okay, that was just for...
No, you attacked.
3 plus 2, 5.
With 5, you're able to, you jumping down, you actually stab into the side of this person's head as they...
With the knife from my boot.
Yeah.
I have a knife in my boot that I
kick him as you land on top of his head, his skull crushing in on itself. You look around, though.
Well, can I say my cool catchphrase first?
Go ahead.
How's my boot taste? Now I look around.
You look around, and you see 5 other people holding blades that are long enough to be dragging on the ground as they're all staring at you with sinister grins.
I take my shotgun and I flip it around.
Okay.
So that it's like on my back now because of the strap. And then I reach down, pick up this guy's sword that he dropped that he was using to poke the vent. I'm going to go, shotgun wouldn't be very fair right now. I figured I should even the odds for you fellas. And I hit my sword on the ground to start combat.
I love it. Go ahead and roll for your initiative. And what I'm going to have...
17. I mean, plus 3, so 20.
All right, what I'm going to have happen is that each of these people are going to act on the same turn, as it is your turn to go first, though.
I like how when it's just a normal thing, that's the only way it can be. If there's only one player.
That's fair enough.
That's the player and then the bad guys.
That's true.
So I go first?
Yes.
I will, of course, multi-attack, and I will go for 3 of these guys.
All right.
So first guy, I rush at him with the sword. That's a 9 plus 4 to hit.
Go ahead and roll all of them, and then we'll...
That's an 8 plus 4, 12, and then 14.
Okay. You got a 14
12,
on...
13, 14.
12, 13, 14. Okay, you only hit on one of them, as it is a 14.
So I basically just go after one guy and... Duh, duh, duh.
Yeah, as you... Well... basically, you attack one person but get thrown back as you're able to just narrowly avoid that person's blade and then bring it down back onto that person. Go ahead and roll damage.
1 plus 2 is 3.
As he actually is shoved out of the way by one person, but you're able to nick into his arm, doing a bit of damage, as it is their turn.
Ooh, you got lucky there with your teammate.
As it is their turn, as one of them runs towards another one of their guys and jumps onto him, jumping up into the air as he's going to stab down at you, as another person is going to try to sweep your legs.
Can I use one of my feats?
Unless it's a reaction?
It's a reaction feat.
Okay, sure, you can use your reaction.
It's called I don't need no fancy moves, and it's anytime someone does a fancy move, not anytime, I can use it once, like per long rest.
Okay.
When someone does a fancy move around me, I get a reaction to attack them.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I'm a brawler. It's part of like being like a brawler dude.
Yeah.
I just want to stab this dude that's jumping down at me off of his partner.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, you want to stab that person.
Yes.
Okay, then I am going to, because in the order of the attack, the person who's sweeping your legs is moving first.
Okay.
Because essentially he wants to sweep your legs so you fall onto the ground and the person's able to stab into you.
Cool.
So go ahead and roll a dex save. You can use acrobatics, athletics, or just straight dex.
19.
19. With a 19, you are able to actually, the person goes to sweep your legs, you kick your foot down and then kick him away as he goes spinning away. And
just like a little tiny top.
And go ahead and roll to attack.
That's a 6.
The person aiming their sword down, you having to kick that person away, you try to get it up in time, but they have angled theirs so that it slides off of yours, as they are going to be rolling to hit. With a 17, the blade goes down into your, through your arm, as you are going to take 2 points of damage.
2 points of damage. Got it.
As you get sliced in the side of your arm. Luckily, it misses any major muscles or anything, but you two take a nice gouge there, as it is back to your turn.
You're going to regret that one. And I go ahead and multi-attack again.
Okay.
That is an 8 plus 4, so 12.
12 does not hit.
21.
Okay, 21 hits. Go ahead and roll the next one.
That one is 11.
Okay, roll damage.
Man, I'm just not hitting.
Yeah. You were rolling so well.
That's a 5 plus 2, 7.
Okay.
So 7 damage.
That person who just cut you, you look at him now angry that you've been injured he's not able to get his blade up in time. You actually know he gets his blade up in time, but you cut through it as it slices as he stands there for a moment, and then his head topples off into the ground as his body sheaths to the ground.
Hey, I look at the other guy who just like spun away after I kicked him. I go, hey, he's just like you, and I just spin his head on the ground.
As you kick it, you get a sense behind you as one of the people is going to go to attack. But that is only a 13.
Does not hit.
Okay. 13, you getting a little bit of a spidey sense are able to duck your shoulder out of the way as another person is going to round on you, attempting to stab you. And on this person, they swing their blade around, but they're swinging pretty wildly as you are able to duck down to the ground. It is now your turn.
I am going to reach out, grab their leg, and use my brute strength to just rip their leg out from underneath them.
Go ahead and do a grapple.
That's a nat 20.
With a nat 20, you pull him up. You drag his leg as you bring him up, and then you stomp down on his head and throw his body to the side.
Oh my god. Oh shit.
You still have with that nat 20, you got that kill, so you have 2 more attacks. Or 2 more actions.
Jeez. I'm gonna use him as a weapon and hit him into one of the other guys.
You throw him at another person. Go ahead and roll to a hit.
That's a 12 plus 4, so 16.
One of the people has their blade drawn as he gets hit. He dropping his blade as he gets thrown to the ground. He will lose his action on the next turn. You still have 1 more hit.
1 more hit. So how many people are left?
2 people are dead, 3 people left.
3 people left. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and stab at one of the guys that are near me.
Okay.
15 plus, I think it was plus
You
4.
hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
3 plus 2, 5.
This is the same person that you injured earlier. As him, an injured arm, he goes and bam, bam, bam. You guys are locked in a good battle, but just at the last moment, how do you kill him?
He deflects my first 2 hits, and then I kind of like look over his shoulder, like it's something behind him. He looks for a second, and then I just stab him up through the chin.
I love it. As 3 down, 2 more to go. One of them is collapsed on the ground. He's shoving the person off, but misses this turn. As the other one goes and is just flailing at you madly, sensing that the battle is lost. How do you finish off these 2 last people?
That guy rushes at me, flailing around, and I manage to duck underneath his sword, grab him, and throw him up, and it's right where I had ripped through the vent. So he flies up, hits into the vent, and as he's coming down the vent, cuts his throat. And he's just hanging off the roof. And then the other guy is like,
No, please don't. He's now afraid.
Okay, I'm just gonna grab him, pull him towards me, and go, you got 1 chance to live through this.
What do I have to do? I'll do anything.
Tell me, where's the interference for the radio coming from? I smash him against the wall. Running out of time. Tick, tick.
Please, they don't
you want to end up like your friends?
They don't tell me that. Wait. But there is somebody. There's somebody who will know. You need to find Loch Ness. He's in the basement. If you find Loch Ness, he'll know.
You better be telling the truth. Or else one night, when you're sleeping in bed, you're going to suddenly realize you're not alone. And I punch him out.
Punch out this guy.
Now, where's the dumbwaiter?
You hear kerfuffle and sounds coming from other rooms, but you do see the dumbwaiter right there. But you try to pull up on it and it's stuck.
It's stuck.
Yeah.
Do I see why it's stuck? Is it just
You
locked?
hear people coming from all over. It just seems like it's like an old dumbwaiter that's not used very often.
Oh, then I just want to force it open.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll a strength check.
That is a 6 plus 6, 12.
You trying to break it open. It's not quite there. Suddenly you hear a bam through the doors as people say, "There he is, get him!" And right at that moment, the dumbwaiter slides open. You lurch yourself in, are about to pull it down as an arrow is able to shoot at you.
Oh, no!
Oh, and that arrow, you pull it down, but that arrow shoots into you as you close it. It cuts part of the cable as you suddenly start plummeting to the ground.
Oh my god! Wow! Wow!
So you're going to take 1 point of damage from the arrow, but you are plummeting to the ground. What are you going to do to start to help yourself?
Oh, starfish. I fully starfish out, grabbing onto the sides of this thing, creating as much friction as I can to slow it down.
Go ahead and roll another strength check. See how you do.
You know, it might not slow it down all the way, but it at least should,
Yeah.
make it less bad. 18 plus 6, 24.
You actually you're straining onto it. You're just feeling the total weight of this thing bearing down on itself. But what was going to be 5d6 of damage turns into just 2 points of damage at straining. You actually... You feel your bicep about to rip, but you're able to just hold on long enough as it comes to a crash at the bottom.
I push my way out of the dumbwaiter. Grab the arrow. Toss it to the side. And I look around wherever I am.
You see that you're in the bottom of this basement as there is flames all over. At first you're a little bit afraid, but then you see that the flames are kept in, that this is clearly where the heating for this building comes from, is from the furnaces down below. And you see somebody standing there, but he's working. He doesn't even seem to react to you being there as he pulls a body from this big bank of all sorts of corpses and cut up and mangled flesh as he puts it onto a cadaver board and shoves it into the furnace as the skin begins to boil and melt and then burn and cinder. Well, haven't seen somebody down here in a while.
I'm not too thrilled about being down here either. Who are you?
As he goes and he pulls a head out and he slips his hand into it. Some people call me the ghoul within these halls, others the fire maker. As he slides another piece of body onto his other arm, and he puts a jagged bone on top of his head, creating a helmet. As he says, "Others call me Loch Ness, but for you, well, you can call me friend."
I don't have many of those.
Well, all of my friends seem to end up dead.
Hey, I can relate to that.
As he prepares himself for a fight.
Oh, I see what you did there. I unsling my shotgun and shoot him.
Go ahead and roll to attack.
With quick draw. Ah, fuck.
Oh, so sad.
I rolled a 2.
He's actually surprisingly fast. As you shoot, but suddenly he turns into a shade, disappearing, and then reappears right in front of you as he says, "Not gonna be that easy, friend. Please, I'll give you one more try."
This guy's stealing my act. I will do a cool dive. I'll dive backwards and shoot my shotgun as I'm diving.
Go ahead and roll to attack.
9 plus 6 is 15.
With a 15, this time, he knocks the bullet out of the way with his hand. His hand explodes.
Ooh.
It's good to feel again, as he just has a stump there. But he shoots out his stump as a piece of jagged bone turns into a knife.
I hate this guy. Jesus Christ.
As he says, now it's my turn. As he, with lightning speed, is going to try to grab you by the throat and stab you. Go ahead and roll. We're going to do grapple checks.
I rolled an 8.
He grabs you, sliding you up against the wall, going to stab. Oh my God. With a 25, he stabs into your stomach. Oh, I thought you were going to be a real challenge. He twists it. That is 6 points of damage.
Okay. Is it my turn?
It is now your turn.
As he tries to, I'm assuming he's going to pull it out of me.
No, he still is holding it in you.
I grab onto his arm and I pull myself forward. I grab on again, pull myself forward, and then I reach up, grab onto his head, and crush his head with my brute strength.
You start to squeeze on him as he maniacally laughs. He starts to scream, the pain gripping on him.
Thumbs in my eyeballs.
As it squeezes like jam and jellies, his eyes glaze out, his head screeching and pulling as it craters in.
I'm gonna use your skull as a fucking bowling ball, motherfucker.
It's going to be for a bad bowling ball as you crushed it. But the body slumps to the ground.
Ugh. Damn. I kick his body. And I'm going to look around this room, and I'm going to use my feet, which is everything's a med kit. And I'm going to do a little montage of healing myself up. I'm going to take my sword, dip it into one of these fires, and cauterize some wounds. I'm going to take some of the clothes off the dead bodies and use them as bandages. And I'm going to use some of the bones that I find here to, like, splint my leg.
You splint your leg. And just as you're doing that, you hear a... as you see within that bin of body parts, a head fall out of it and start rolling towards the body.
Oh.
As you see bits of the flesh and veins connect to the head of the deceased Loch Ness as it pulls back on, and it says, "Well done, friend. Now I understand you need a bit of help. I don't take to helping the weak, but you have proven yourself." As he goes back to doing his work, burning these body parts, ready to answer any questions you have.
Oh, so is Loch Ness the one I was sent here to find?
Yes.
Okay. Well, okay, first of all, how much did I heal from the stuff I did?
Oh, go ahead and roll 2d6. Plus 3.
2, so 6, so I healed 9.
Yeah.
Feeling better. I'm up to 17 again. Okay. Loch Ness, how long you been here?
I've been here since before this was a building. This used to be my place of torment. I would bring those in the night and torture them, burn their bodies. But when Terry arrived, at first he thought he could get rid of me. Then he saw he would have use of me.
You know how Terry's blocking all the magic radio signals? I need to turn that off.
Well, That's a tricky one. You see, Terry keeps that on his person at all times. It's a piece of technology created by an artificer. Powerful. It prevents all magical communication from entering or exiting this building without Terry being aware of it.
Those artificer nerds. What'll they come up with next?
He kind of nods and agrees.
Yeah, we fist bump.
He's like burning. He's like just loaded a big body onto it and started burning it, but he does it like blood and pus all over his hand. As you do see that this person, sort of in a Frankenstein's monster way, is just the pieces and body parts of different persons and creatures and species.
You don't seem like you're the biggest fan of Terry.
He took what is not rightfully his. Land. Land belongs to those who take it. But you must never forget who you took it from.
Wise words. Well, what I'd love to know is, what's the fastest way for me to get to Terry?
The fastest way? Are you a quick learner?
I've been told. Except for when it comes to artificery, because that's for nerds.
Very well. Here, as he sheaths away a cloak that he is wearing. This cloak is made of whispers and secrets and shadows.
Ooh.
He holds it up to you. Careful. This piece of magic will taint your soul, but it will do the job.
Thank you, Loch Ness. I won't forget this. And I hope that you'll be happy once Terry's gone. Because trust me, he'll be gone. And I put the cloak on.
Very well. Good luck, Cockney. You'll need it. And should we ever see each other again, I hope it is once again as friends.
You're very confusing about how you talk about friends, but you know what? I'm going to take it in a positive way and just hope we don't see each other again to figure it out.
As you turn away from him, he shoves the small body of a child into the furnace, its skin melting away. This man is evil.
Yeah, he's evil. Yeah, I don't like that. What does this cloak do?
This is a Cloak of Shadows, as it is able to teleport you 3 times a day, and you can use it to teleport to places that you don't know. However, you have to roll a d20 to see how successfully you're able to arrive in that destination. It obviously helps if you know more information or you have an object from that location. But you always appear within the shadows of whatever area you arrive.
Okay. First of all, so I have 3 times to do this. I think I want to go talk to Sarge. No, you know what? I'm in the basement, so I'm on the bottom level. Mm-hmm. I just am going to leave the building. I want to go to the first floor, see what's happening on the first floor real quick.
Okay, they're all like still looking around and everything.
I sprint over and throw myself through the front window, the one that I didn't break.
As like an alert comes over them, as they're like, oh, what?
And I combat roll out the window onto the sidewalk and rush over to where Sarge is.
The Sarge, looking at you, he's like...
And I even though I don't need to, I'm going to like slide on the ground and like come up in like a combat pose next to Sarge.
What the hell are you doing here?
Don't worry, Sarge. Got some cool new tech that's going to help me out with this mission. I wanted to come out and give you a status update since all the radios aren't working.
Yeah, I noticed that. We're working on it. I've got the best artificers on the job.
They're not going to be able to cut it.
Really?
Terrible Terry the Tiefling. He's got a magical device on him. Nothing's getting in, no signals getting in or out of that building till I take him out.
Damn. All right. Well, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking I go in alone, and I handle this.
Come on. Now be serious about this. I've already told you, stick to the plan.
I've been watching guys all day long work as a team trying to take me out. It hasn't worked for them. Why would it work for me? And you know what else, Sarge? It didn't work for us. Our marriage fell apart when we were a team. And I'm afraid that if we go back to being a team, things will get bad again. We've healed.
Come
you and
on.
We went from married to hating each other to back to being friends. And I don't want to go back to being a team and have it all get ruined again with you.
Come on. Be rational about this. Just because we didn't work doesn't mean that you can turn your back on all of those who need you and who you need. There's going to be a time when you are going to see that the way forward is together. And right at that moment, a crossbow shoots through his eye as the Sarge falls to his knee.
I'm going to pull him into me. Sarge!
Don't make the same mistake, Cockney. Please. As his head goes limp,
I try to see where the crossbow bolt came from.
you see up top the glimmer of a sniper on the top of the roof. And you notice another and another. There are snipers all surrounding you. They were waiting for their chance, and now here it is. As they pull, and all these arrows fly out at you.
I grab Sarge's radio, and I throw myself into cover.
As arrows bounce off.
Those motherfuckers. And I'm going to turn on the radio, because I assume it works outside the building.
Yep.
All members of Owl Bear 6. That's our team name.
I got it.
Yeah. Sarge is dead. These motherfuckers took him out. Like the cowards they are.
What? No! No! No!
It's our job now to work together to avenge Sarge and take out terrible Terry the Tiefling.
Just tell us what to do and we'll do it, sir.
Converge on that rooftop. We're going to take him out together. I throw the walkie-talkie to the ground, stomp on it, look up onto the rooftop, crossbow bolts flying towards me, and I'm going to teleport to the top of the roof.
You appear right over the shoulder of somebody with a sniper as they turn.
But you didn't see this coming, and I push him off the edge of the roof.
As he goes falling off, the other snipers, hearing the scream, they all turn towards you. They raise their guns, but just at that moment, the gun gets ripped away, and they get shoved off as each one is taken out by your 5 other teammates as they stand there. You have Lucky wearing a bandolier with all types of weapons on it. He's always cocky and sure of himself. After all, he's never run out of luck, not even once. You have Merida Strang. She has like a pixie cut and like deep blue streaks all through it, except for one piece of white part where when she was tortured within the cliffs of area, she was the stress turned that area white before she broke out, swearing never to change that color to remind herself of the strength she has. You have a bunch of others who I also have cool names and stuff.
Guy, we have Lady.
Yep.
And we have Person.
Yep. Person is actually a shapeshifter who is constantly changing what they look like, which is why you call them Person.
Guy, Lady, Person, you stay up here and secure the roof.
As they nod, not being able to speak as we don't have the budget for it.
Yeah. Lucky, Merida, you're with me. And I run for the stairwell because I want to get to Terry's office. Oh, wait, real quick. For Sarge, hands in. 1, 2, 3. For Sarge!
As Lucky says, hopefully we don't have to roll the die on this one. I'm feeling lucky today.
Sometimes you creep me out.
Yeah, Merida just like, what the hell, dude? But anyways, you guys run off. As we cut to Terry sitting in his office with two of his main henchmen, looking as he flips between minor images that are relayed from all across the building, wondering where exactly you are. We cut to you staring into the window on this scene.
Am I outside the building?
Yeah.
Am I like rappelled down?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Okay. I look to my right and I see Lucky also rappelled there.
Yep.
I look to my left and I see Merida and I give them the signal. 3, 2, 1. We all push back and we all swing forward. The knives come out of our boots as we smash our feet into the windows.
You break in as they turn. What? As you land in the room staring at the three. It's a 3-on-3 battle as you all stare each other down.
And I say, Merida, you take that loser. Lucky, you take that idiot.
And
I've got Terry.
As Merida looks at this like big stony barbarian standing before her, and she says, always leaving it up to me to take on the big guy. As we are going to go into initiative, go ahead and roll. You're just rolling once, but you will be taking on all three characters.
Oh, I'm taking on all 3 of them?
Yeah.
Okay, 19.
You and your team are going to be able to attack first. We'll go in waves between the three people.
Lucky is going to rush forward and slide underneath the guy that he's fighting.
Yeah.
And he's going to go for a crotch punch.
As he punches up, hitting those lucky stones, those family jewels.
like a punching bag.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit.
That's a 13 plus 5. He's feeling lucky, though. Does he get advantage?
You get 3 times to be lucky. So if you want to.
19 plus 5, 24.
With a 24, you are able to hit. Go ahead and roll 2d6 of damage. 1 for each testicle.
So that's 4. Does he get a plus to that, or?
Yeah, he gets a +2.
Okay, so it's 6 total damage.
6 damage. All right. As you are able to do a good amount to Shade, who is Terry's silent fighter, as Shade doesn't let out a sound at this. Just doing math. All right. As it is now Merida's turn. Merida Strang.
Merida is going to whip. She's going to reach down to her holsters and pull out 2 crossbows and fire both of them at the same time. They're both actually full-size crossbows, by the way.
Sick.
She's got a feat that allows her to do that.
Yeah.
So I'll roll 1 for each.
Yep.
That's a 9 plus 5 and a 15 plus 5. So 14 and 20.
The 20 will hit. As go ahead and roll damage.
6 plus whatever it is. Plus 1?
Yeah, plus
So
1.
7 damage.
All right.
Damn, we're doing a lot of damage right away.
Yeah, that is a lot. Okay. As the first one, he shoots out, and the barbarian grabs it in his hand, and he says, "Not this time." But then the second one comes through, shooting through that one as it hits and cuts at his cheek, turning that into a grotesque grin on his face as blood pours down. And we are going to go to Cockney.
Cockney rushes forward, grabs hold of Terry's desk, and flips it up and into Terry as an attack.
Dang. Okay. Go ahead and roll to attack. I'm gonna give it to you. Yeah. All right.
That's a 12 plus 6, 18.
An 18 does hit. As go ahead and go ahead and roll to hit.
How much damage is throwing a desk? 1d6?
Yeah, 1d6.
So 2 plus 1? 3?
Yeah. Okay. Good to know. As you throw this desk, he's able to sort of jump over it, but he does get hit as he crashes to the ground. He picks himself up and he says, "It's not gonna be that easy." As he goes and he flexes, his business suit bulges and rips and tears as he says, "Now it's my turn." As he is going to attempt to grab you by the cuff of your ear and punch, as he is going to roll. That is a 22 to hit.
Oh, that hits. Dang.
That's only 2 points of damage, though, as he punches you, as it is now going to be the barbarian's turn. As the barbarian tries to move in close to get to Merida, he is going to go into a rage and attack. Oh, no. With the first one, he picks her up and he bashes his head against her as Merida, dazed, is unable to properly right herself in order to avoid his devastating attack as he hits her again and then jumps upside down and plummets her head into the ground.
He pile drives her?
He pile drives her as he got a nat 20.
Oh, no, Merida!
Let's see. Okay. Oh, no. As Merida looks absolutely wrecked. She is just, her head is cracked open partially. She is covered in blood. But she is still conscious at this point. As we are now going to go to Shadow, as he is going to attack Lucky. As he is going to attempt to, with his blades, slash at Lucky. The first one doesn't hit, the second one does. With 8 points of damage to Lucky.
Are you keeping track of their health? Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
As he slashes, cuts across, Lucky feeling a little less lucky, but it is now your turn.
Oh, God. Okay, so do I go in their order again? So start with Merida?
Yeah.
So Merida, she's hurt. It's bad. I think she kind of knows she's dead. She looks at this guy, does not want to let anybody ever get the upper hand on her. And she is going to use the last of her strength to reach forward and grab the guy. And she reaches into her cloak and pulls out a little magical device that, when activated, creates a giant magnetic pulse that throws out shrapnel in every direction. And she's going to pull herself closer to this guy, look him in the face, and go, "I get the last laugh." And she activates the device.
What does your character react when that happens, seeing this?
Merida, no!
As this shrapnel shoots all over, I'm going to need you and Lucky to roll dex saves to see if you're able to get out of the way.
She was trying to like mostly contain it to them as she was like pulling them together.
Totally. That'll affect in damage, but you still do need to.
I roll for Lucky too.
Yeah.
Because Lucky gets lucky.
Yep.
So Lucky gets a 16. It's acrobatics?
Dex. Just straight dex.
So 20 for dirty 20 for Lucky. Yeah, 15 for me.
You will take damage. Lucky was able to get out of the way, but you will only take half damage because she reeled it in. And then Lucky was able to avoid any damage. So you are going to take 4 points of damage. As Shadow and Terry were not able to get out of the way.
Oh.
And they will both take full damage. As they both take 7 points of damage.
Dang.
Shadow looks terrible. Is clumped over, heavily breathing on his knee. And Terry looks bad, but he still looks like he has it in him.
Okay.
As it is now...
I mean, I don't look too great myself.
As it is now Lucky's turn.
Lucky sheds a little tear for Merida.
Yeah.
And then is going to...
Yeah, they were actually brother and sister. They never really talked about it that much, but they were twins.
That's emotional.
Yeah.
That's rough. That's crazy.
Yeah.
They both ended up on the same Owlbear team.
Yeah. Well, they kept it hidden so that people didn't know about that. You didn't even know, but you get the sense of something when you see Lucky's reaction, as he tends to not have much in the way of feelings towards anyone, but always did have a little bit of a place in his heart for Merida. Lucky
reaches into his belt, flips out his dagger, which has a dice embossed on the bottom of the hilt, and the dice actually spins and is like separated from the rest of it, and like kind of like floats there and moves and spins so you can roll. And he rolls the dice and looks at it and goes, "Snake eyes for you, bud." And he rushes at him to stab him.
And he goes to stab. Go ahead and roll to hit.
This is my last lucky, right?
Yes. In fact, it is. Wow. That did not go great.
But it was snake eyes for him.
I know it was. It's so cool. I'm so sorry. As Shadow kneeled onto the ground, looks terrible, but as Lucky goes and slashes at him, gets just a final bit of energy as he pushes away Lucky's weapon and is going to be able to attack on his turn. As it is now your turn as Cockney.
All right. I'm sick of this guy's shit. I look at my dead teammate. I look at Lucky, who's having trouble over there. I unsling my shotgun, point it at Terry, and go, "Your time's up, bud." Oh, wait, first. And also I use multi-attack.
All right, go ahead and you got 3 attacks.
First attack, just shoot right here. Then I combat roll to the left. Get up, shoot. And then I throw myself backwards, midair, shoot.
All right, go ahead and let's see how it goes.
15 plus 6, 21. Then 23. And then 8.
Okay, roll damage for 2 of them.
6, 7. So 13.
With a 13, he gets shot. And then he looks at you. You miss the second one as he laughs and he goes, "You're not going to take me down. I am the king of the blood war. I am the one who makes the most." But you dive backwards. Not this time. As you shoot, the arrow goes through him. It lurches him back into the glass as he breaks through the glass of this building and falls to his death. You crash down onto the ground. Shadow has his knife up against Lucky, about to kill him. But you, seeing an arrow nearby, are able to throw it. It stabs into Shadow's throat as Shadow falls and dies. You and Lucky in the midst of carnage.
I put my hand on Lucky's shoulder and I say, "We couldn't have done it without Merida. She was a good teammate."
As he wipes away a tear and says, "Yeah, I guess our luck ran out."
I've just got one last thing I gotta do.
"What's that, sir?"
And I want us to cut to me plopping Terry's body down on one of the tables down in the basement in front of Loch Ness. And going, "There you go, friend. Do with it what you will."
"Oh, I will, friend."
"And thanks for the help. Couldn't have done it without you."
"Yes, you're welcome."
And I leave the basement to go and be with my team that I now am the leader of, Owlbear 6.
Lucky looks up at you. Sir, it looks like a building just was taken hostage in the city of Erger.
Owlbear team, I take out my radio. Owlbear team 6, on me. All right, team.
That is how we will end today's session.
Yeah, that was fucking sick.
That was hype. That was hype as hell, Michael.
That was so hype.
Thank you so much.
And
thanks for being a great player.
Thank you for being an incredible DM and bringing us through that awesome action adventure.
You got it, man. And thank you all for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below about your favorite action moments within your campaigns. And we will see you in our next adventure.
See you then.